Hello, good afternoon. Once again, you're welcome to my page, Single/Marriage Therapy and Healthy Living with Pastor Lovely. I'm super excited to be with you once again. The last time we discussed with us the main primary purpose at which God created marriage. And let us to understand that marriage isn't for pleasure. There was a primary purpose which God created marriage for, and that purpose was only for your spouse to help you to fulfill your ministry on earth, just like what happened to Adam in the Garden of Eden. I also talked about the major ingredient that is needed to be put in that marriage for it to be successful. Now I want to discuss with us who is qualified to love. Does everybody qualify to love? No. It's only the true believer that is qualified to love. I'm not talking about churchgoer. A true believer that have the Spirit of God in the inside of him or her. Those are the only people that are qualified to love. And if you don't have the Spirit of God in you, you cannot work on your marriage to be successful, because your spouse can step on you. That's why we are imperfect. Your spouse will always step on you. And when he or she does, what happens? You quit the marriage. It takes the love of God in you, the Spirit of Christ in you, for you to be able to forgive your spouse whenever he or she step on your toes. So you need the Spirit of God in you for you to be able to love your wife. Like what the Bible says in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25. It says, husband, love thy wife, even as Christ loved the church and give himself for the church. Except you practice this kind of love that has to do with sacrificial action for somebody who does not deserve it. Even when your wife steps on you, offend you, do those things you dislike, you could still love her. You could still forgive her. Even when your husband steps on your toes, offends you, and do those things you don't like, you could still forgive him. Anybody that marries because of emotion and feelings, definitely, when the emotion and feelings goes off, that marriage will crash. For example, now, a brother getting married to a beautiful lady because of her shape, because of her flat tummy. Definitely, after some few years, when she gives birth, that shape and that flat tummy and the pointed breast will fade. So if that marriage was based on those things he saw in her and has feelings for her and emotion for her, then marry her. When those things fade off, definitely the marriage will crash, because he will not love her again. The feelings will not be there again, because the fine shape and the flat tummy and the pointed breast has all gone. You see what I mean? That feelings and emotions shouldn't be a criteria for getting married. You having somebody, feelings and emotion for somebody should not make you marry that person. And you not having feelings and emotion for somebody should not make you not marry somebody. So marry somebody based on the true love of Christ. Marry somebody as Christ has commanded us to love, just as Christ loved us and died for us and gave his life for us, even when we did not merit it. So that is the kind of love you should have for somebody. Have it at the back of your mind that one day this very person will offend you. And when this person offends me, what will I do? If this person goes off the shape, what will I do? Will I still love her? So you need to have the Spirit of God in you for you to be able to love, because God is love. Love is a spirit. God is spirit. Unless you have the Spirit of God in you, that's when you can love. And when you practice that kind of love in your marriage, you see that your marriage will be successful. Why? Because even when Satan comes with his strategy to cause problem, you people will quickly understand and be able to forgive yourself. Another thing I want to discuss is that you shouldn't love somebody before you marry that person. Once I love my spouse, and that is the major mistakes that the singles have been making. And based on these mistakes, they miss their God-sent spouse. They want to find out if they truly love this person before they marry. You see a young brother who is ready for marriage, sees a girl, God-fearing girl, a good girl that is supposed to marry, he will come up to tell you, I don't have love for her, I don't have feelings for her. Don't you think that before you even have feelings for somebody, that means you've already lost after that person? Because it's because of the lust you have for her that will make you to have feelings for her. This is not the kind of love a child of God should practice. That kind of love is for the worldly people. I am not saying that it's not good to have feelings and emotion for somebody, no. But what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be a criteria for you to marry or not to marry. That shouldn't be a benchmark for you to marry or not to marry. If God sends somebody, order somebody's step for you to marry, and you are convinced that this person is a child of God, please, whether you have feelings or not, do not allow Satan to rob that person, to rob you from that blessing, for that person to slip off your hand because you don't have feelings and emotion for that person. Go ahead and marry that person, in as much as you are convinced that yes, this is God sent, this person is a true believer, this person loves God, fears God and respects God. Please go ahead and marry that person. Do not allow feelings and emotion to make you miss that blessing. For the singles, please be wise. Be wise so that you will not stay late before you get married. When you marry, you will love that person. Even if you did not have feelings, feelings and emotion will come. Take example in the case of Rebecca and Isaac. Before Isaac set his eyes on his wife, he has already married her. And it was after the marriage he saw her. The Bible says he loved her and took her to his mother's kitchen and knew her. So you can marry somebody before feelings and emotion will come up. Don't allow feelings and emotion to be the benchmark for you not to marry somebody. That one has to do with the worldly kind of people. Please, as a child of God, be wise. You can marry somebody before you have feelings, so long as that marriage is from the Lord. I believe that this message has been a blessing to you. Please do well as you share to others. Even if you are not experiencing what I'm saying, or you want to tell me that you've already arrived, you can be a blessing to somebody. Please share this message. Share this message. It's going to be a blessing to many people. Like my page, comment. God bless you. I still remain your Pastor Lovelyn, aka Love Therapist. God bless you till I come your way again. Bye for now.